Y'all, I'm Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations. Welcome to Good Eating. Y'all, I have partnered with food blogger Daniel Champagne of D Champ Eats to bring you regular episodes of Inspiration in the Kitchen. Daniel and I have teamed up to share with you some of our favorite recipes from childhood and beyond. Come on in and watch today's episode of Good Eating Inspiration in the Kitchen. Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, wherever you're watching from. I am Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations. Thank you so much for joining this episode of Inspiration in the Kitchen. I'm so excited about today's episode. I love charcuterie boards, charcuterie, however you want to say it, however you pronounce it. And so I'm very excited to put this board together for you for what I'm just in a fun way calling Twocuterie. It's too cute for charcuterie. So if you need a date night idea or just a smaller board than some of those larger boards that you see, this is going to be just what you need for that. So I'm flying solo today. Shout out to Daniel for taking a little time off. Hope he's getting some R&R. So I'm doing this episode myself today, and Daniel will be back very soon. And y'all, I'm trying something a little different today. I did a test run earlier this morning, and it worked great. So I'm going to show y'all real quick what I've done. All right, come on in here. Y'all give me just a second. Hang in there with me. Voila! Okay, so I've got a second camera going so that y'all can see very up close and personal how I'm putting this charcuterie board together. And so this morning when I tested, I wasn't getting any kind of feedback. Everything went great. So y'all drop a comment and let me know about audio, video, all of it. But so far, so good, right? I see that y'all can see it. I just hope that you can give me a thumbs up and say that you can hear me. All right, so let's dive right in. First off, I do want to talk about the board. And I showed y'all this earlier. If you had an opportunity to watch my quick little reminder, I found this board at TJ Maxx, and y'all, it was like $8. And I just love the shape of it. It's got the little handle. Reminds me of a big old paddle, right? But that's the board we're going to use today. But I wanted to show you a couple of other boards that would be good for just a smaller version of this. This one right here is a good one. Of course, just line your stuff up there. And then let me rinse this off real quick. Knock that off. This one's a little bit smaller, but y'all, these are really, really popular, and they come in all sizes. I use mine as a decorative piece in my kitchen to set my garlic and my salt and pepper on. But this would be good for a smaller board too. Again, a little bit bigger than this. Okay, so that's our boards. But again, we're going to be using this one right here, and it's going to be beautiful. All right, so when you're talking about doing a charcuterie board for two, I recommend choosing no more than 3 of your meats, 3 of your cheeses, maybe even 2. But if you want a different variety, you can go ahead and put 3. So today, I have 3 different meats. I have 3 different cheeses. I have 2 different fruits. I have some crackers, and I have some Parmesan crisps, and then I have some nuts, and then I have a couple of other things that I'm just going to share with you. So here is my rule about charcuterie boards. There are no rules. I have made them where the ingredients are like all spread apart and they're not nestled on each other. And then I've made them like I am making it today with everything touching each other. So I'll say, if you are a person that does not like your food to touch, you probably need to spread yours out. Maybe do the same ingredients for 2 people, but just put on a larger board. That's personal preference. They're all beautiful. The other thing is that I'll say about these boards is buy what you like. You can do as much research as you want with pairing. Now, there is something to be said, which we'll go over that shortly, with your different types of meats and your different types of cheeses, because you do want a variety of flavors and textures to appeal to the palate. You don't want too much sweet. You don't want too much salt. You've got your, on your cheeses, you've got a soft, a semi-soft, you've got, your sharp, your savory, all these different varieties. So for me, it's all about, yes, you want that variety, but don't get so caught up in, oh, does this go with this or does this go with this? If it is a flavor that you like, if it has some ingredients in it that you like, and you want a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salt, a little bit of savory, if you like spicy, which we do, so I'm throwing in some spice, think about just those flavors that are appealing to you and just make you a list and go for it. One of the meats that you see often on a charcuterie board is salami. I'm not a big salami fan. I will eat it, but I'm not a big fan. So instead, I use this gourmet pepperoni. And so again, there's no rules other than have fun with it and buy things that appeal to your palate. So here we go. So we're going to start with the cheese. And like I mentioned, I have 3 cheeses. The first cheese that I'm going to start with is a semi-soft, and it's called a Port Salut, and it's kind of a mild cheese. And here's what I'm going to tell you about this. So you see, it's not a huge wedge, but for what I want to do for creating a board for 2, it's still a little bit bigger than what I prefer, because I'm going to position it right there, and that's fine. Except I just want a little more room to add my second fruit. I was kind of running out of room earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in half. Okay. Y'all can't see me do that, but okay. Then I'm going to place it back on there. Okay. And I mean, well, this one probably looks, I don't know, they're about the same. Okay, and I left the rind on there, just that nice, pretty orange, okay? And we'll get to how we serve it all later. Here's the deal with like building it out as well. I don't necessarily put things in order. I do think through what are some things that are going to need some stability? What things am I going to stack? I think about putting it together as far as that. But as far as whether you have to do the cheese or the sausage or the, fruit, what? No. I don't get into all that. So there's my cheese on one side, okay? Next, I'm going to go ahead and place some pretty strawberries. So just over here on this side. And y'all, I'm one too that I went ahead and washed and cut, as you'll see, the strawberries. It's perfectly fine to leave the little green stem on there, but for me, it's personal preference. I want this to be easy. I want this to be low key. I just want to be able to pick it up and eat it. In fact, this is the only thing, y'all, that will take a little more work as far as cutting a piece of cheese. Everything else, we're going to be able to use either one of these little picks or just pick it up with our hands, okay? And really, I let this like this, again, just to bring a little more height to the board, a little more just design. It's aesthetically pleasing to have that like that. All right, so that's my semi-soft cheese. I've got little strawberries. I'm also going to put some strawberries on this other side. Okay, so you've got your little creamy color with a little bit of orange hint rind right there. You're pulling in your red because you want it to be pretty. You want it to taste good, but you want it to be pretty. And again, you just kind of stack them. And as we're doing this, particularly as we get more things on there, it's going to start to kind of move around and shift around. And you just kind of play with it and do what you need to do. So then, y'all, where did that sausage go? Okay. I bought a turkey summer sausage, And what I've done with it, you know, a lot, it has the rind on it. And oftentimes when you see summer sausage served, like on a sausage and cheese plate or whatever, it's just cut, you know, just in a circle, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And of course, you have to go ahead, you have to remember to like just peel that rind off, and it comes off pretty easy. But what I did, since I knew that my pepperoni was in circles, I wanted just something a little bit different. And so I cubed it. I cut just, oh no. Oh no, y'all heard me. I lost my other view. Y'all hold on just a second. Let me see if I can get it back. I'm going to keep an eye on it and see if I can get it back. So y'all just bear with me. We're going to move forward while it's over there twirling and kind of doing its thing. Darn it. I was so excited that that was working. We're going to move forward. So here is the summer sausage that's just in cubes. And so I'm placing it right on the other side of that wedge. Y'all, I can't stand that y'all can't see this. So we're just going to do this right here. Y'all are just going to hang in there with me while I'm just going to try this all over again. I apologize. The wonders and the not so wonderful things about technology. Make sure my internet is going. It is. My Wi-Fi is all good. I'm going to log back in. Y'all bear with me. Again, I do apologize. Everything was going so wonderful. And I don't think it's the Wi-Fi because I'm still, of course, on my laptop over here and I'm not experiencing any issues. Yeah, it's just kind of doing this thing like it doesn't want to come back. Okay, I'm going to watch it for a couple more minutes and see if it, right now I'm trying to log into StreamYard. That is the platform that I use for my lives, and I've not had any issues out of it, so we'll see if it comes back. And y'all know I'll post pictures too. So, all right, so I've got my cubed summer sausage. So next, I am going to do what is a very good savory cheese. And y'all, I got this from Trader Joe's, and it's just it's a cheddar English, let's see, cheddar English with caramelized onion. And that's the savory part. So I mentioned that the wedge that I put on there is like a semi-soft. It's a real mild flavor. This gets more into the savory. And with caramelized onions, you have a little bit of sweet, but not too sweet. And so what I did with that, again, I mentioned that I want everything to be where you can just pick it up. So I also did these little cubes of cheese. And I'm going to place it on the board right next to one of the pile of strawberries. While I check my phone again. Oh my goodness, y'all, I was so excited that I had that second view for y'all. Oh, stuff like this just drives me nuts. It keeps saying Safari could not open. Okay, wait, we're getting close. Golly. Okay, so we have that second cheese on there. So now it is time to put a few of my Parmesan crisp. Now here's what I'm going to do with these. This right here is a whole one. Well, y'all seen my board over there. That would take up like the whole board. And so what I've done is I have broken several in half, and I'm just lining them up just like that. And I'm going to place them like this on the board. Because what I want to do, I want them to hold up. There's going to be some things beside those, and I want them to serve kind of to hold that up. Y'all, it's trying its hardest to come back. It's getting close. The blue line's moving. If you've just joined, I I lost my second view for y'all that was directly looking down. Having trouble? Yes, I'm having trouble. That's what it's wanting to ask me. It's one of those things where I probably need to restart my phone, but we don't. Oh, I think I got it. Yay. Enter. I'll stand by. Thank you so much for your patience. You might hear a little feedback for a second. Yay. Okay, you see me twice, so hold on while I get us positioned over there. Yay, we're back in business. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay, so there's my Parmesan crisp that I kind of knocked over. But you'll see I've got strawberries on one side and, well, on both sides, just my little red color. This is where I put that savory cheddar caramelized onion cheese. Okay, is that good? Over here on this side by the strawberries. And then I just, like I mentioned, I broke some of these in half and I stacked them right here because I'm going to come in here with another meat and that's going to help kind of hold that stuff in place. So it's coming together beautifully, looking so nice so far. Y'all pray with me that this second screen stays like it should this time. All right. So next, I want to do my nuts. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I told y'all you kind of have to play with it. Okay. So I mentioned earlier that we like spicy, and the nuts, it's your preference. You can do walnuts, almonds, pistachios. So these are chili and garlic cashews. So that's really going to give us a good pop of flavor. I got those at Trader Joe's as well. And so what I'm going to do with those is I am just going to take a big handful and I'm going to dump them right in the middle. Okay. Parmesan crisps are falling, but that's okay. I wanted them to have a home. Okay. Here's something else just as a suggestion that you can also do. If you do want, if there's anything on your tray that you do just kind of want to separate, this is just a little piece of craft paper that I've taken and taped, and you can always like plop it on there. And for instance, I could have put it in the middle and put my nuts in there. And so that's just a little trick that you can do, and it looks fun, but I didn't do that today. So my nuts are in the middle. Okay. I'm gonna stand up these Parmesan crisps again. And so right here in this area, I'm going in with my prosciutto, tomato. But here is my prosciutto. It comes in a package like this. I have already pre-rolled some. So let me show you what I've done. I'm sure you know what it looks like. It's so pliable. It's very thin. And so with it, you can do almost anything you want to make it like look pretty for your board. And so I took several. You can't see me rolling this, but I took several earlier and just rolled them up. And let me show y'all what I'm about to do with them. We're going to stand them up. And that's why I wanted those Parmesan crisps right there, okay? Now, granted, you can just lay them on here, but you're trying to create just something beautiful, different shapes, different colors, different designs. I'm going to roll just a couple more. And so it just looks really pretty. You've got your cubes over here on your turkey summer sausage, and then you've got these cute little things that are just standing up there for your prosciutto, okay? So that's the prosciutto. Let me see. All right, the next cheese that I'm going to use is a goat cheese, and goat cheese is really mild and really soft. So we've got our savory, we've got our semi-sweet, and then we've got our goat cheese. Whew, hair's getting in my mouth. So I'm going to take the whole thing and just plop it on there, okay? So we've got lots of wonderful, beautiful, natural looking colors on there. We need some green, right? Keep trying to move that to make sure y'all can see it really well. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and break. That one broke too much. I'm going to take another Parmesan crisp and stack in here. I think I just need one more just to kind of stack right there. Okay. So I got my summer sausage. I've got my prosciutto. Okay. This turned out a little bit different than I did it before, but that's okay. Now I'm going to come in with some pepperoni. And these are the gourmet size, so they're a little bit bigger. There's so many different things that you can do with this meat, y'all. So what I did earlier when I was just practicing is I took several, this is probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them. I just stacked them up and I just kind of folded them like that. And then you can like just kind of nudge it in here. See how I did that? And then if you wanted to, you can take another stack. I'm not counting, it's just a stack. And then come over here and you could nudge it on this other side, right next to those Parmesan crisp. And I'm going to put a few more just to bring that on up. So you got pepperoni going on both sides. And I would say, you know, if there's a certain meat that you prefer, well, then put extra. Okay. Ah, it's looking so wonderful. And I still think I need a little more prosciutto on that one side. Prosciutto. Or maybe I just like rolling it just because it's fun. So I'm going to stick another one of those in there. Okay. Now we need to come in here. We're going to have more than just our Parmesan crisp. And so I've got 2 other different types of crackers that I'm going to use. I got a cracker assortment from Trader Joe's. You can get whatever your favorite is. And so I have kind of the rectangle size, and I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to stack them right by that goat cheese. Okay. And then I have some round ones. Okay. And I'm going to put those right here where the paddle handle kind of starts. Shove them in just a little bit. So you've kind of got that oblong look from your Parmesan crisp. You've got kind of the rectangle shape from one of the crackers. Ah, I should have put my hair in a ponytail. And you've got the round. And so you've got 3 different cracker choices on there. So next, while we're on the subject of bread, I also want to show you this. These are breadsticks, and these are cute little jars that I have. And you see how I've got the breadsticks just stuck in there? It's not really appropriate for this size board, but if you have a bigger board that you're doing, there's all sorts of containers that you can use. So you can come in here, you know, in the middle and of a big board and put this jar directly on the board. The other thing that you can do that's just pretty for a board is take you a piece. I'm going through this prosciutto. You take a piece of that and just wrap it. Let's see, let me lay it down. Wrap it around your breadstick like so. And you could do several of those and place it on your board as well. We're not going to do that today because I'm running out of room, and this will end up being a board for 20 instead of a board for 2, but that's just another idea. So speaking of little containers, and again, this would be for bigger boards. You can use your little ramekins. You know, they come in all different shapes, sizes, designs. If you like jam, jellies, pepper relish, any of that. This is a pepper relish. You can, or hummus, which I have a little hummus here. Any of those dips or things that you really like that complement your other things on your board well, stick them in a jar or a ramekin. Y'all, this is from from minced garlic, a jar that I saved. And I put some store-bought hummus in it. Looks real pretty. Again, I don't have room for that on my board, but I can always serve it on the side. So that's just an idea on your containers. Okay, the next thing we're going to come in here with are grapes, because we need some green on here, right? So I'm going to come in on this side. Whoop, roll over. I didn't leave a whole lot of room. But I'm going to put the grapes. Yeah, they're going to roll, but we're going to fix that. It can get on top of that. That's the other thing too. I mean, it can cross over. In fact, you kind of want it to, because that just makes it pretty. And I'm going to come over here on this side and put a few grapes. That just adds some color to the whole thing. You can just kind of strategically place them around and try to keep them from rolling off. All right, so there's that. So now we have so many wonderful, beautiful flavors going on. I have one little corner over there that looks like it just needs something. What do y'all think it needs? Let's see. I'll take a couple of these crackers because we've got lots of stuff going on that complements your crackers well. And so just to kind of fill up that space over there to kind of fully complete your board, you can come in here and kind of nudge these in there a little bit. See how pretty that is, just to kind of finish that, okay? Almost done. Are y'all liking all these colors? It's so beautiful. So I mentioned these little sticks earlier. I keep these on hand, and I also mentioned that, you know, I want it to be easy just to pick up and eat. And so I buy these little cute little picks, and you can just randomly, like I'm sticking one in a piece of summer sausage. I'm going to stick one in a strawberry over here. I'm going to stick one in a grape. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Knocking those grapes off. It's like, get it in the place that you want it and don't move it, right? Boom, there you go. And then I'll do one more in a strawberry over here. Okay, so see how cute that looks? And then you can just have your little jar of extra picks available. So the little picks gives it a little height, gives it a little more character. I need to move some of this stuff so that y'all can get a great, full, beautiful view of that board. I've got all these lives back to back today. I've not had lunch yet, and I am getting thirsty. Let me move this. Okay, there we go. Good view of the board. One last thing, and then we'll be done. Where did it go? Rosemary. Look how this just, it's already beautiful, but you can come in with a few sprigs of rosemary, put you one right there on your goat cheese. Just kind of nestle that in there. You can come over here and kind of lay one across there. It's really just kind of whatever you have. And then I'll just tuck one in on the end down here. I've got a couple left, a couple of big ones left. So what the heck? I'll just nestle those in right under the crackers. Okay, I might turn those crackers. Well, yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot on here. For sure. That's why it's so fun. Yeah, I'm going to be eating some grapes. There we go. Now I got it. So there you go. That is Twocuterie. You've got 3 different types of meats. You've got 3 different types of cheeses. You've got some nuts. You've got 2 fruits. What else? It looks pretty. So there you go. Pick what you like and make one. I hope you have enjoyed this. Thank you again so much for those of you who hung in there through the technical difficulties. I mentioned that I call this one a Twocuterie. I'm going to be doing some more that have other themes, so that'll be real fun. Let me know if there's a particular one that you want to see. So I will post pictures of the finished product. Y'all see it here, but I will post some pictures later for you to enjoy, and maybe if you want to go back and watch and make one. So thanks for your support and for following Southern Inspirations. Have a wonderful weekend. And hey, if you have a minute, jump over to the Making a Difference group in 30 minutes at 1 o'clock. Karen Walker will be joining me, and we're going to have a wonderful discussion about choosing harmony over division. It's going to be great. So y'all join me there. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you soon.